My God, I find typos. It looks like I had patches misspelled. Oh well. Howdy y'all, my name is Gretchen and I'm the Restless Thrifter, and I'm a little behind on my sales updates, but I am bringing you an update from December 15th through 21st. Sorry for the delay, you know how the holidays get. I hope that you've enjoyed the shorts that I created that outlined the top 22 sales of 2022. I still have a few more of those to go. And I had to kind of like lump some categories together because otherwise my top 22 sales would have all been sport coats and that would have been boring. I wanted to bring you guys a variety. If you haven't seen them, go check them out. They're just quick little shorts and giving you some tips and tricks. And it was very helpful for me to reflect on it because I wanted to know maybe what I want to focus on for this coming year. And this is not a video to talk to you about my 2023 goals. I'm still trying to figure that out. But the next video, when I wrap up December, I'll probably talk to you about that. So we'll talk about sales for December 15th through 21st. And it was actually a better week than the previous week, only because I sold higher priced things. I sold fewer things than the week before, but they were higher value. I had 23 sales. I also only listed 25 things. I had been listing about 50 to 80 things a week, and it really dropped off over the back half of November and early December and holidays and whatnot. And even though I didn't have a lot going on those holidays, I just get a little down and less motivated, and we know how it goes. My motivation's back. I've been listing 10 to 15 things a day. I'm trying to be consistent with 15 a day, and I want to grow that to 20, but I've got to get consistent with 15 first. And I think I'm just slow at listing. I take my time photographing, researching, creating my listings. Maybe I'm a bit of a perfectionist. I'd like to find some ways to get quicker at it. Anyway, I digress. I said we were going to talk about sales, and that's what we're going to do. So of those 23 sales, eBay I had 9, and Poshmark I had 9, and Mercari I had 5. Usually I have more eBay sales than anything, but eBay slowed down a little bit. Poshmark picked up a little bit. That's just the way it worked. I didn't lose money on a single sale. That's awesome. Definitely a goal to have. The average number of days to sell for items was 83 days. I love that. If I can keep it below 100, that's great. That means that these pieces of inventory were in my house for less than 3 months. And I don't have a lot of storage space right now, so I want to get things moving quickly. My ASP, my average sales price, was higher than usual at $41.82. Remember, for eBay items, that's going to include the cost of shipping in there. My average cost of goods was right on par with where it usually is, $4.47. And then my average profit per item went back up. It was $27.88. I think the week before it was like $16. So I just sold higher priced things, and we'll dip into those. I'm going to go over the 3 categories I always go over. Top 10 items by profit, fast flips, and lessons learned. All right, so top sales by profit. I actually have 11 things that I'm going to go over with you because 2 of them were bundled by someone on eBay. It's not a bundle, they just bought them together and I combined shipping, but you know. So the first item is a vintage mohair sweater, size large, Ninan de Lechos Fair Isle Pullover Pastel Fuzzy. I read my titles to you so that you can see the keywords that I use. Mohair sweaters still seem to be popular, which is good. I love them. I love picking them up, especially anything that looks like it was from the 80s or 90s, which is when I grew up. This one was a pretty pastel. It sold in 16 days on Poshmark. It sold through a Posher VA offer with discounted shipping. If you're interested in Posher VA, which is a Chrome extension that helps you send offers and share your closet, I have a discount code in the description. I do seem to make a few sales a week with Posher VA, so I think it is worth it. It sold for $46. My cost of goods was $4 and my profit was $30.12. Next sale was this Hobbs London size UK 14 US 10 Elia skirt, 100% wool, mustard plaid moon mill. Hobbs London, British brand, so I put the UK size in there and I put it first. I've only found 2 pieces before. I've thought both of them were beautiful. This skirt was amazing. It just doesn't sell for as much as I would expect it to based on its retail price, but I also think it's because it's not as popular in the US. This sold in 39 days on Poshmark through a customer offer. I had it listed for $98. They offered $48. It retails for $210, but honestly, $48 was higher than the ASP I was seeing in eBay and Terapeak for this particular skirt, and the sell-through rate is only 3%. Now, if you're wondering about sell-through rate, I'm going to put something right here that tells you how I calculate it and how every e-commerce product manager I know calculates it. It can only go to 100%, so 3% is not great, regardless of how you calculate it. So with that low sell-through rate and the ASP was $32, I decided $48 was worthwhile, even though I think this skirt is worth more. It just doesn't matter. The market is going to tell you what something is worth. They paid $48. I had paid $5.60 for it, so I made $32.80. Still a great profit. Next sale was a pair of UGG size US 9 winter snow boots, charcoal, Orelin insulated 200 suede wool lined. Insulated 200 has something to do with the warmth factor of it. This sold in 3 days on Mercari. I lucked out finding these pair of boots, I tell you. I was at a place called Mile High Thrift here in Denver, Colorado, where I live. I looked through the boots. I looked through all the shoes. They have a great curated selection of shoes. They do tend to price them up. They know what they're pricing in almost all cases. But I looked because you can still find some good deals to flip. I didn't find anything in the regular shoes, but I was just going through the racks, and I think I was over by the long dresses, and this pair of shoes was just sitting there, and it was only, with tax, I paid $8.69, and I feel like they mismarked them, because normally they would mark a brand new pair of Uggs a lot higher. These weren't brand new, but they were pretty close. A customer offered me $50. I had them listed for $60. I took that offer and my profit was $34.36. I'm not sure if I said, but they sold on Mercari in 3 days. Next sale is a fun one. I love to pick up some funky vintage clothing. Usually vintage clothing sits a little bit longer for me, but this dress sold in 16 days on Mercari. It's a G3 vintage 80s suede leather red pencil dress, asymmetrical peplum midi length. I could have gone on and on and on with the keywords on this gorgeous dress. I don't know, it screamed dynasty to me, or designing women, those types of dresses with the strong shoulders and that asymmetrical skirt over the skirt, the little peplum thing. It was adorable. I really hope that it fit the lady who purchased it. I provided a lot of different measurements than I usually provide. I provided chest, waist, hips, length. There may have been some others in there. A lot of times I just do chest and length, but I did the waist and the hips in there to make sure to help these people out, because vintage sizing is all over the place. I had this listed for $75, and I negotiated the price through comments with the buyer on Mercari. Sold in 16 days, which is great. I don't normally negotiate with comments. I will ask people to just send me an offer, use the offer button. And she wanted to send me an offer that was a lot lower than what Mercari will allow. Mercari will not allow lowballs. I don't know what the percentage is, but she was trying to send me an offer for 40, and I had it listed at 75, and Mercari basically was like, no, sorry, you can't offer her that low. And so I asked her about 50 and she said, how about 45? And then I didn't answer and she said, well, I guess I could do 50. And so I said, okay, I'll change the price for you. It was really a stunning dress. So it sold for 50. I'd paid $8.11 and I made $34.94. Found it at a Salvation Army in Louisville, Texas. Next sale is a polo Ralph Lauren men's size large shirt, gingham flannel faux suede elbow patches. It sold in 31 days on Mercari. Look at this, no eBay sales yet. That is just bizarre. I had it listed for 60 when the customer offered me 48, and I thought that was fair. I took it. I had paid $2 and my profit was $39.31. It's possible that I paid $0 that this was given to me, but I could not remember. So I put $2 because if it wasn't given to me, then I know where I got it, and it was a place where they charge $2 per clothing item. Next sale was a City Chic plus size 24 sequin wrap dress, Party Glow Black Mini Cocktail New Year. I think Party Glow is the name of the style. And this sold on Poshmark in 31 days. A customer offered me 55. I had it listed for 78. I took the offer. I had paid $1.70 for this dress, and my profit was $42.30. Pretty sure this was a New Year's Eve dress or holiday party dress. The next sale is my first eBay sale that is on this list, and it's the two sales that were purchased by the same person, and I combined shipping. So there are two sport coats, Sartorio Castagna, size 42 regular charcoal sport coat, 100% wool, Super 150s 2-button. And the other one was the same but navy, and it wasn't a Super 150s, it was 15 mil 15, whatever that means. I don't know what that means. They sold in 34 days on eBay. Customer offered me $60 each. Now, I did have them listed for $98 each, and the ASP was 78, so I would have negotiated a little bit higher if he hadn't been buying two. That's great. To sell two things is better than selling one thing. Each sold for $66.76. My cost of goods for each was $7.99, and my profit was $44.62. Next sale is something that was also a fast flip. It is a double D ranch wear, size small, vintage jacket, concho button, studded bolero cropped. I think I just showed this in a thrift haul recently. Sold in 2 days on Mercari. It was a full price sale. It's not yet been delivered. It's making me super, super nervous. I think they had it delivered to their business because the latest tracking says that they're going to try delivering it again on the next business day. So maybe they just need to go pick it up. Maybe it just hasn't been delivered yet. I don't know. It's making me super nervous because they ordered it, I think, on December 15th. It sold full price for $80. I had paid $6.52, and my profit was $62.66. Next sale is a Harley-Davidson motorcycles size 6.5 leather faux fur lined riding biker boots. These took 238 days to sell on Mercari. However, when I was down in Texas for those 6 months, I didn't have these listed. I had left them behind. So take out whatever 6 times 30 is from 238. Customer offered me 88. I had them listed for 100. I took it. Cost of goods was $12.83, and my profit was $63.32. I found these when I was on a little road trip in Colorado, a place called Kelly's Upscale Resale. It wasn't really a very upscale place, but they had some good things, and I paid up for these. Like, for me at the time, paying $12 was paying up. But comps looked good. Harley-Davidson usually sells well, and even though these were a small size, 6.5, they sold. And my best sale of the week was this pair of shoes that belonged to my mother. Nayot Koru, size EU 39, US 8. Mai Tai Mary Jane sandal comfort shoe, metallic leather. Some of those words don't seem to make sense. Nayot is the brand, and it's a great brand for a comfort shoe. These sold in 21 days on Poshmark, full price sale of $80, and my cost of goods was $0 since I got them from my mom, and my profit was $64. These shoes retail for $189, and they were in excellent condition. I think she had worn them a couple of times for a wedding or something. I imagine someone was buying them for a holiday party. All right, so my next category is fast flips, and I have four things I wanted to talk to you about. I had 2 fast flips up in the top 10 sales. They were the Ugg boots and the Double D Ranch jacket. First fast flip is a Torrid size 3X maternity premium legging pants, black stretch waist, tapered leg. I didn't even know Torrid made maternity clothes. These were new with tags. I got them at the Mile High Thrift that I already told you about. They are $50 retail. They sold in 13 days on eBay. Customer offered me $30. I had listed them for $38, and the total price sold was $36.12. My cost of goods was $4.08, and my profit was $21.01. Next fast flip, it was the first time I was finding this brand, and I'm really hoping I find it again. Tecovas men's size large pearl snap shirt, Western brushed cotton plaid long sleeve. Sold in 12 days on Poshmark through a Posher VA offer with discounted shipping. So I had listed it for $45. The offer went out for $30. My cost of goods was $7.61, and my profit was $19.47. I just found this at a local Goodwill here in Colorado. For some reason, once I switched to round racks, it just totally threw me off. I don't know how to find anything anymore. The women's section is so overwhelming. I'm spending more time in the men's section than I ever was before. And I'm glad I did, because I found this brand. It's out of Austin, Texas, and it seems to have a good following, be good quality. All right, next fast flip was this County Clothing Company size large fleece sweater vest, vintage 90s, 1998 buffalo print. So cute. I love the buffalo, bison, whatever you want to call them on this. A customer offered me $35. I had it listed for $38. It also sold through promoted listings on eBay in 10 days. Actually, I said the customer offered me $35. It must have been $30. Wait, what's going on here? $25. Customer offered me $25. And, with vintage, unique pieces like this, it is hard for me sometimes to know what to price things and to know what they'll sell for and whether to hang on to them. So I wanted to sell this quickly. And so I accepted that $25. I was really confused because the total price sold was $30.82. I had paid $5, and my profit was $12.92. The last fast flip was this Jellycat London Bashful Monkey 16-inch laying cheeky soft plush stuffed animal toy. I love Jellycat. This particular monkey does not sell for a lot. I had him listed for only $10, and I had him listed on eBay for quite a while, and he didn't sell. He had a lot of competition, but he sold on Poshmark through a customer offer of $7, and I'd only paid 67 cents. I'm assuming this was a bins find, and my profit was $3.38, but that's one monkey that's not going to the trash. Okay, now it's time for lessons learned. My first one is about an eBay return. It's a J. Jill Intarsia Aztec funnel neck sweater, poncho, oversized, size small, Geo Southwest. If you want it, it's for sale. It was returned to me. And they did take a little while to return it, for one thing. But when they returned it without the tag. This was a new with tag item. And so I contacted eBay, because I was like, I don't know what to do here. Normally, and they returned it for just doesn't like it, was the reason. I'm like, that's fine. But they had worn it and they had removed the tag. And so now it was worth less money than it was before. It's not worthless, but it's worth less than it was before when they purchased it. And so eBay suggested that I just give them a partial refund, which is what I did. I want to say I refunded them about 40% of the cost, but when you give a partial refund and you say that there was a problem with the return, I think you end up opening a case and reporting the buyer. I think that's really what's happening. So what is the lesson learned here? I guess I learned how to handle a refund on something that was returned that wasn't in the same condition that it was sold. Next lesson learned is it's a canceled order. And it was on Mercari, and this was something that sold the week before. It was a Disney Junior Fancy Nancy Frenchie Poodle Dog, 24-inch plush stuffed animal. It never started tracking, and this was sold using FedEx Smart Post shipping. That shipping is just a nightmare, but I choose it for anything over £1 because otherwise the shipping on Mercari is so expensive, and I'm thinking I might need to start offering free shipping on my items that are over £1 and using pirate ship to get cheaper postage, and then just build the cost of the shipping into the pricing itself. That's just a lot to, Mercari canceled the order because it never started tracking. The customer reached out to me, asked me, where is it? And I'm like, I would love to tell you. I contacted Walgreens where I dropped off the FedEx Smart Post. That's where FedEx picks it up from. And they said, oh yeah, their guy just picked up a whole bunch of stuff, that had been sitting here for a while. And I was like, well, this was like a week ago. And she said, yeah, we had to call them. They weren't picking things up. So I can't trust FedEx to pick up from the Walgreens. Now, my post office has told me it is okay for me to leave the FedEx Smart Post there because it has a USPS label on it. So I'll do that. Some post offices will not let you do that. I'll leave it with them at times, but I'm trying to do the proper thing, right? Which is to go to Walgreens and leave it there for FedEx to pick it up. It never started tracking, so Mercari just canceled it for the customer. So that means they got their money back. I didn't receive any money. I just lost the item. So I guess I'm just out the cost of goods, which was probably a few bucks, right? So what is the lesson learned here too? I don't even know if I learned anything. It was just a hassle. I guess I'm learning not to trust FedEx, especially around the holidays. And I certainly don't trust my Walgreens, so maybe I need to find a better FedEx drop-off, and maybe I just leave it with the post office and see how that goes. All right, and the last lesson learned is just kind of a typical I shouldn't have picked this up type of thing. This was something I found at the bins so I say my cost of goods was $1. That was probably about the average. Vince Camuto size, extra small, black gold luster chainmail top, tie back cap sleeve blouse. This was outdated. It was a small size, unique look, and it took 587 days to sell. 587 days to sell. It sold on eBay. A customer accepted my offer of $6.88. I had it listed for $9. I kept dropping the price on this. So the price sold total was $11.15. I'd paid $1 and my profit was $4.13. And I didn't do any comping or checking sell-through rate or any of that. For one thing, it is hard when I'm in the Goodwill outlet to get a signal in order to comp things. But this was really early on in my reselling days. And so I just didn't have the knowledge that I have today to tell me not to pick this up. Let me glance at my other sales and see if there's anything interesting. There is one sale I wanted to show you guys. This is just proof that everything sells eventually. That chop was something that proves everything sells eventually. But this handmade crochet knit rooster with olive, 5-inch small cute curiosity. I don't know why he was carrying this olive around. I think I had something I thought was cute in the description about how he loved martinis. This took 313 days to sell on Poshmark. It sold for $12. And I had paid 18 cents for it, and my profit was $8.87. I'm so happy that someone bought this little chicken rooster, whatever he is. Had a couple other returns that week, uneventful. One of them has come back to me in perfect condition, and I've just relisted it. And the other one is a dress that has not come back to me yet. She hasn't shipped it. And this is something that sold like 2 or 3 times without being paid for before on eBay. So this dress has a history. That's it, everybody. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new and you're liking this content. I provide sales updates every week, And I also do thrift hauls where I provide comps and sell-through rate on most of the items that I'm picking up so you can get an idea of whether they're actually going to sell. I do try to do my research so that I'm not hoarding items forever. I hope y'all are having a great 2023. Bye. First flat, beep.